Hey,
What's
Kyle,
happening, Kyle?
congratulations, man.
What's going on, everyone? How are you?
Great,
We're good,
man.
man.
Great. So, want to start with you,
Yep.
Kyle, just a little bit on the process here for you. How early were you in contact with the New Orleans Saints over the course of the draft process, and kind of how this all came together for you?
Yeah, my agent was in contact with them. It was awesome. They were an early team. To contact me. I got to work out for them at BC's Pro Day, which was awesome. It was a great event, and it's been a great process to this point, and I'm super super excited to get going.
Kyle, how would you kind of best describe your strengths and where you kind of fit in on the offensive line?
Yeah, some of my strengths would be preparedness. I prepare the right way. I'm the ultimate team player. I love my teammates. I enjoy going to work every day with them. I enjoy preparing with the coaching staff, being able to do what's best for the team. And where do I see myself fit? Anywhere the coaches kind of need me to play. I'm a guy that's always been team first. I prepare the right way. I'm focused. I got a great work ethic. I love, working with my teammates every day, and wherever the team needs me, I'll play.
With the growing popularity of the wide zone offense across the NFL and the New Orleans Saints kind of next in line on that, how comfortable are you with that scheme and that fit for you?
Yeah, it's awesome. So, my offensive line coach at Boston College my last year, he actually was the offensive line coach for the Miami Dolphins. So he worked with Mike McDaniels on 2 years ago. So he brought over a lot of the same schemes that, we'll be running here at New Orleans. So, and also I got to play for Coach Rob Chudzinski. He was the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, and they kind of implemented that wide zone offense, and I've played in it before in North Dakota. We did something similar, but at Boston College we really refined it, and it was truly what the Dolphins ran in 2022.
Well, it's been awesome to have that kind of experience. What would you say is kind of if there was maybe a pinnacle quality for an offensive lineman fitting into that scheme, what would that quality be?
Yeah, it's athleticism. It's able to understand combination blocks, tempo of the linebacker at the second level. Ultimately though, it comes down to trust, right? Like that's a huge thing that my offensive line coach talked about to me. I've played for some really good coaches. I played for Jim Turner, who was also the Dolphins offensive line coach, a little earlier than Coach Applebaum was, but a lot of the things come down to trust. Like, can that coach trust you to put you on the field? And that's what I'm going to try doing, is earning the trust of Coach Benton. Earning the trust of the staff, and being the ultimate team player.
What was
Have
the
you had any
experience?
have you had any conversation with Jari Evans?
No, I have not. I actually saw him at the Shrine Bowl though. I was on the opposite team of him. I was on the East squad, but I got to meet him in the at the Shrine Bowl, so it was really cool. I'm super excited to be in a room with him. Like, what an honor that is. He's a legend, right? And learn from him and pick his brain every day is something that I can't wait to do. I was lucky enough here at BC. Chris Snee was our analyst, so it's a great situation. Work with the guys that have done it, right? And it's something that's super super. I think that there's no value that you can place on something like that, right? Like working with somebody that has done it at the highest level and done it at such a extremely high level that you can be in a room with them and just be able to pick their brain every day.
What are some of the first things you may want to inquire about when you get a chance to really sit down and talk with Jari?
Yeah, how he did it at such a high level for so long. Like, that's the best thing, right? You can, really get from someone like that. Like, something that, let them stay in that league for so long. Like, what can you give to me, right? I think that is so, so cool that he's played so many different years in the NFL and at such a high level. I want to learn how he did that. Like, what are some tips and what are some secrets of the trade? That's what I'm looking forward to talking about.
Growing up in Toronto, can you talk about your journey, how you ended up in North Dakota, Texas State, Boston College?
Yeah, so I grew up, born and raised in Toronto, Canada. I was actually committed to New Mexico Military Institute out of high school, so I played at a prep school called Football North. You know, they produce some really good NCAA players, but you know, uh, you go play Friday Night Lights in America, so you get on the bus Thursday night. You know, we play Friday night, and then you get home Saturday morning. So yeah, I was committed to New Mexico Military. Uh, I ended up not going there. I got a late offer from North Dakota. It was a 65% scholarship. I got to North Dakota. I didn't even have a locker. I had a hook and a metal chair on the side of someone else's locker. I redshirted my first year. The next year, I was the newcomer of the year in the conference. And then I moved, you know, COVID happens the spring season. We only had 5 or 6 games. Then I transferred to Texas State. You know, I play for Coach Turner and Coach Spavital. You know, I really gelled with them in the portal. I think that it was an awesome move for me. I wanted to, you know, challenge myself because the whole time I knew that no one believed that I could play in the NFL, and that's something I really wanted to do. And I always knew that I had it in me to do that. And what was the next step? It was transferring up, playing better competition. You know, I spent 2 years there. I was an all conference players both years, started every game. And then I challenged myself one more time. You know, I get to move up to the Power Five rankings, play ACC competition. Boston College was my next stop, and you know, I did what I had to do. And you know, at every level, I exceeded expectations. And you know, I think it's just something that I'm going to continue to do, and you know, I'm looking forward to it doing with the Saints.
Growing up in Toronto, I'm just curious, did you ever play hockey?
No, I never really did. You know, you play with your buddies around town, but I never really did. I grew up in like a single parent household, so hockey is really expensive, and you know, we couldn't afford doing it. So, yeah, I never played hockey. It was just football.
Hey Kyle, what was it kind of like? Obviously, signing on with the Saints, and then the CFL has their draft, and you get drafted third overall from Saskatchewan. What was that kind of like for you?
Kind of cool, you know. I'm an entity in both leagues now. No, it's awesome. You know, I'm super privileged to, you know, have opportunity there too. But you know, right now I'm focused completely and 100% on, you know, this opportunity with the Saints and you know, making this team. You know, the CFL is awesome. You know, there's great fans. Saskatchewan has the best fans. I can't wait if I have the opportunity, you know, go down there. But right now it's 100% focused on, you know, the New Orleans Saints and you know, making that community proud.
Hey, Kyle, I know you received the Snee Family Football Scholarship. I think Chris Lindstrom, if I remember correctly, also got that coming out of BC. How important was that to you to kind of get that sort of academic and athletic sort of recognition?
Yeah, it's super important. You know, being a BC guy, you know, a lot of the time school is overlooked, and also, you know, football alongside of that. I had the privilege to, you know, receive my master's degree in less than a year at Boston College. I was super excited to do that. It's something that's going to carry a long way without even football. Obviously, football is the priority, but yeah, Chris Snee, he's the man. He was a mentor of mine when I was at BC. You know, his family gave me a scholarship. It was something super special to me, and you know, something no one can take away anymore. And it's to be on a name like Chris Lindstrom, like that's pretty cool too.
That's awesome. And then your master's was it sports administration?
Yes, sir. Sports administration from the Woods
That's
College.
awesome. You just talked about kind of, you know, your preparation being like one of those kind of calling cards for you. You think those study habits kind of helped you out there?
Yeah, you know, it's tough to get a master's degree, let alone at Boston College. So yeah, you know, preparation, it carries over in life, right? That's the most exciting thing about football. There's so many different things that you can take from it, and it's life lessons. And you know, people might say you might last here in the league, you might last this many years, but you know, like that's life goals, and you know, that's something that will prepare you for not only football but for life.
What's your history of the different positions you've played and gotten the most experience at?
Yeah, so
Along
I
the
have
line.
44 starts at right guard, at all two levels of football. So I played right guard for North Dakota and then Texas State. And then my last year I played left guard for BC, but I've always been the swing guy. So at every school I've been at, I've been cross trained to play center. I think that it's invaluable, and I knew at some point it's going to pay off. And, at this point, it's going to pay off, right? I've always played center. And then I go to the East West Shrine Bowl, and I exclusively played center. I only played center. So, yeah, I've played all three inside spots.
You played in any games at center, or you were just prepared to if needed?
I think a couple games this year, our starting center went down, and I just bumped inside. But it's a seamless transition to me. I've done it, for 6 years now, so I'm prepared to exclusively play center. I'm prepared to do both. I'm prepared to be the swing guy. I'm prepared to play right guard, left guard, anything that the team needs.
How does the experience at center benefit you when you're playing the other offensive line positions?
Yeah, it's really the inside three and, the tackles, they all see the same thing through the center's eyes. So if you learn how to play center, you learn how to play all spots on the offensive line. I'm a guy that likes to have control of, the huddle. And I think that it's awesome from a leadership standpoint to, be the center and making the calls and, understanding how to see the calls and the procedure through the center's eyes. Once you learn how to do that, everything opens up to you as a football player and holistically in the offense.
Was it your versatility on the offensive line, some of the attributes the New Orleans Saints liked about you?
Yeah, for sure. Being able to play all three inside spots, it's invaluable, right? It's awesome. And I'm not a guy that's going to complain. I just want to play football. I love the game so much. I just want an opportunity. It's kind of the same feeling. It's a very, very familiar feeling from how my career started and kind of has gone. UDFA, kind of like back against the wall, but it's a very familiar feeling for me. And I just am so excited, and I can't tell you how much this opportunity means to me, and I'm going to make the most of it.
What about your family? How does your mom and your brother feel about being down in New Orleans?
Oh, it's awesome. They're so excited. One of the cities my mom's never been is New Orleans. I've been though before. I went to Sunbelt Media Day in 22, and it's the headquarters of the Sunbelt is down in New Orleans. So, I got to go to Oceana's. I got to go to Drago's. I mean, like, I love the food down there. I was only there 2 days, but it's such a great city, and I'm super excited to get back. And my mom's super excited to come down too.
Do we have any other questions?
I do have one last one. Do you feel like you are better in the passing game, blocking for running, or are you one of those road graders, or how do you describe your style?
Yeah, my style is going to be an intelligent style. I'm going to play football in an intelligent way. I'm going to prepare the right way. And I think that, either pass or run, whatever we have to do and whatever we have to execute is going to be what I'm going to be able to do best at.
All right. Good luck. You have a cool
Thank you
name,
very much.
man. Kyle.
Thank you. Thank you.